Well, I'm here alongside prep expert Doug Ritchie 3.0. Actually, Doug 2.0 is working on web stuff right now, and Doug number 1 back at home with the family because we need 3 Dougs this week. It's a busy week.
It's a real busy week. A lot of state championships going to be decided this week. I'm not sure where I'm going to be. I know I'm going to be in Appleton, maybe Madison, maybe Milwaukee, maybe everywhere. It's going to be fun.
That's why we've cloned Doug, which is good. This is anyway. Oh, you'll get acquainted with the multiple Dougs as we go along. Let's start off with baseball, though. We got some teams heading to state coming up this week at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute. First area team. It's one really everybody expected to be there at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, you know, Appleton North actually started a little bit slow to start the year. Clark Egan, their best player, was out with a football injury, actually. He's come back, and, you know, in the last 10-15 games, this team's played really well. No one's surprised that they're at the state tournament. Maybe Kimberly, because Kimberly was in their way almost, but Appleton North's going back.
You see the celebration there. It was a tough sectional they got through, beating Hortonville to go, and they'll acknowledge they had to get a little turnaround from a tough start to the season.
We had kind of a rough start to our season, our conference season, especially starting off 0-3. A lot of expectations throughout the winter, and, you know, thinking that we might just ride our way out there on a magic ship, but that doesn't always happen, and you got to go to work. And these guys, after the bad start, really put themselves together.
Getting off to a good start for our pitchers is always what we want to do. I know 13 hits this game, 12 hits last game. I don't know, we hit the ball today. It was a good day.
Really hitting the ball. Clark Egan, key for that, as you said, came back from an injury. We're taking a look at the bracket here. 8 Division I teams make it to Fox City Stadium, included in that group Bayport as well.
Bayport, no surprise. They get Kenosha Bradford, who has the Yankees' 3rd-round draft pick on their team. He wasn't going to play. They're going to have a Yankee representative at the game to make sure this kid doesn't get hurt. I don't know how he does that, but Kenosha Bradford ranked number 2 in the state. Appleton North gets Sun Prairie ranked number 1 in the state. But you know what? Rankings, as we saw this week in other sports, they don't mean anything. You got to go play.
The Yankees guy wrap him in bubble wrap, throw some pillows on.
He might be doing that.
It's an idea. All right, let's go over to Division II now. We saw a sectional final that nearly burnt out some lights in the scoreboard with 2 area teams.
Yeah, and you know what happens when you get into the sectionals and you're going with extra pitching? So usually the offenses get going, and that's what happened here with FEL and Notre Dame.
FEL and Notre Dame, they went head-to-head. It was 14-7 FEL. I talked to the Fox's coach after the game. He said, bats really going at the right time, Doug.
Yeah, and you're going to need that at state. They'll have Ryan Redu in their first game. I think they win their first game. But you got to get the bats going at state because everybody hits.
Fox is heading to Fox City Stadium. The stadium is named after them, which is nice. They can take a deep breath now that this part's finally over.
Feels really good. Sort of a relief. We've been looking forward to this from the beginning of the year. We felt we had the talent to make it to state, and to finally accomplish it is a great feeling.
Oh, it was amazing. Relieving. It was a great feeling. Nothing like it. I mean, having all the teammates just so energetic. It's great.
Now, and that guy we just heard from, he's their ace pitcher, going to be going up against Portage. Only 4 teams from Division II going to state.
Only 4 teams. Are Seton St. Kate's the number 1 ranked team in the state. FEL's good, though.
It should be a fun one to watch. Fox Valley Lutheran, if those bats keep going, they could make some noise. Let's take a look at the schedule we got coming up this week. Of course, stick with Fox 11, fox11online.com for all kinds of coverage. Tuesday, we've got Division I going. Also in Wednesday, Division II. Then you see in Division III as well, got some area teams, St. Mary Central, as well as Oshkosh Lourdes and Coleman.
Yeah, absolutely. Coleman and Coleman Division IV last year, they're returning the state. St. Mary Central back since first time since 2003. Oshkosh Lourdes, first time ever. Pretty cool.
Should be exciting. A lot of area teams, and of course, stick with Fox 11, like I said. We'll keep you posted from the Valley as they hand out the titles. Let's head over to softball now, and it was a team, again, from the Valley, headlining the area teams that are going to be heading down to Madison in that sport.
Yeah, Appleton East. 4 years in a row. Now they've made it 5, and this is about as shocking as the sun's shining every day. You know, the way we've had the weather recently. Appleton East is just loaded.
The Patriots, like you said, they've gone every year since 2008. It's obviously different players. What makes them so reliably good?
They've had pitchers. They had Beth Spohr, who was in this run. Now she's at Maine pitching. They have Lauren Blazik now. They got Marissa Mipakevich, who's maybe the area's best hitter, best player. But they got other players around them. It's not just 1 or 2 kids. Janelle Batten's got it going, and when you get it going in the FEA in softball, you keep going. And let's be honest. There's no one. FEA teams at state's not a surprise.
And we got an interesting fact here as we look at the bracket at the bottom here. Appleton East, they lost to Stevens Point and Chippewa Falls during the regular season. Both those teams they wouldn't see first in their bracket, but could be standing in their way.
Well, the Chippewa Falls game came after Appleton East went 27 innings. So they did not play that game like a real regular season game. Points the defending state champs, maybe they get a rematch with them. East is good enough to go all the way, but we'll see what happens. There's a lot of good teams there at state.
Let's take a look at the schedule. Other area teams getting involved at the state softball tournament. We talked about Division I, Division II. West De Pere, maybe kind of a surprise making it, and then Algoma in Division III.
Yep, West De Pere, I talked to Coach Carrie Jones about this during the year. They had to play Hortonville twice, New London twice, O'Connell Falls twice. She thought it would help in the postseason. It did. Look where they are.
Absolutely.
Now they play the #1 ranked team in the state, as does Algoma. But when you've done that, when you've gone this far, that's just something about your team.
Making it's pretty awesome. And hey,
yeah.